comeback sport. It happens to the best of them. It happened twice to Lennox Lewis. You know it happened to Roy Jones. So it happens. But now, can he come back from that defeat, get better, and change the tide? That's when you have trilogies.
In the middleweight division, Tom Shoaf versus Diego Gadijo. Back we go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight of the night is a highly anticipated rematch scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the bare knuckle middleweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears red trimmed in black. His official weight, 165 pounds. This is his second time inside the squared circle as a bare knuckle professional. Fighting out of Etna, Indiana, here is Tom Shoaf! And across the squared circle, his opponent fighting in the red corner. Tonight, he wears solid black. His official weight, 164 pounds. He is undefeated as a bare knuckle professional at 1-0. Desde León, Guanajuato, México, presentando Diego Dos Pistolas Garijo. And our referee in charge of the action, Bill Clancy.
In August at BKFC 2, it ended. First round knockout. Gadijo the victor. The rematch, round number 1. Black and red trunks for Tom Shoaf. Black trunks for Diego Gadijo.
You call those trunks?
You can say it. You're a world champion. I'm not allowed.
Talk about old school, boy. You look old school in there tonight.
Big swings, big miss on the overhand right from Gadijo.
But the only thing matters is the results.
In the first bout, Shoaf came out flying, much more measured start, but lands a big 1-2 right there. Rather a 2-1. Good left hand on the step in from Gadijo. Both fighters swinging big.
This is the type of fight we saw the first time. But this is more of a fill-out round. And Shoaf did say that he would make some adjustments, and I can see it. He just can't get in an exchange and just sit there with his head high.
Big uppercut, and you see the big swing, the exit cleverly from Shoaf.
Nice.
Huge swings on the inside.
Both fighters good. Ooh!
Ruled as a knockdown by Bill Clancy, and down goes Gadijo right back to his feet.
It was a clean left counter.
Takes the mandatory 8 count. Gadijo ready to continue. 35 seconds remaining, round number 1.
Well, it's 2 knockdown to 1 now. Both fights.
See the lateral movement from Gadijo. Stalking forward pressure from Shoaf. Needs that left hand. Gadijo trying to go to work out of the southpaw stance. Both fighters staying busy with their jabs. Swing, clash of heads, accidental on the inside. Back to the center of the squared circle for Shoaf. That's the end of round 1. Nice moment of sportsmanship between the two. Into the corner of Tom Shoaf.
Right here, Shoaf is just setting up that straight, that counter punch. And it worked beautifully right here. Counter. Wow. Right on the kisser. And you can see why Shoaf feels that he is the better bare knuckle fighter. And you can understand why he feels like this rematch is all his, because like I said before, anybody can get caught if they let their guards down just for a split second. And I think that was more so what happened in that first fight.
Shades of the great George Foreman. Gadijo does not want a stool, does not want to sit between rounds. And first up to the scratch line is Diego Gadijo. Bill Clancy starts round number 2 with the call of knuckle up. Active hands from Schoaf. Beats that left hand. Big swings and an overhand left from Schoaf lands.
And Schoaf looking good today. Looking good tonight. He's not allowing himself to get in those exchanges where it can be dangerous for him because Guerrero has some amazing power. He just landed.
Step in left hand on the left cross. Rio keeping that left hand loaded, champ. Almost switched to orthodox stance, now back to southpaw, but a very wide open MMA-like striking stance.
Look at that jab. Beautiful. He's controlling the distance. He's controlling the action. He's in control of this fight right now.
65 seconds now remaining round 2. Rio continuing to dip his head and swing big. Slight swelling under both of Guerrijo's eyes. I talked about that slight swelling a moment ago. That mouse has popped, and now you see the trickle of blood under Guerrijo's right eye.
Guerrijo is not allowed to set up because look at the movement. Look at the movement. Schoaf is not staying in one spot. He's giving him angles like that. And he's getting out of trouble. It's beautiful display of traditional boxing in the bare knuckle.
Guerrijo just acknowledged his corner. Advice that they're giving him. Schoaf continuing to try to play off of the one. Good footwork here in round number 2, and a big right hand from Schoaf. Blood flowing freely out of that mouse that has popped under Guerrijo's right eye.
It's the counter-punching that Schoaf is doing that's allowing him to control and dictate this fight.
The end of round number 2. Here's Ron.
In the main event, Julian Lane. Julian, making your bare knuckle fighting championship debut tonight. What intrigued you about this sport?
Hey, bare knuckle, man, it's something that's been around a long time, and it's like my natural fight breed, man. Been fighting my whole life. Hey, I was doing this in England before it even came to America, so it came to America, and I'm just blessed to be a part of this journey, man, and make history here in Cancun with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship.
You've got some experience where your opponent, Leonard Garcia, has a ton of MMA side, but not bare knuckle. How key will that be tonight?
Yeah, this is not MMA, so it's bare knuckle, man. It's definitely a game changer when it comes to the fight game. Yeah, I got a little experience on him, but hey, a man that knows how to fight, a true warrior, is prepared for any type of battle. So I'm looking forward to a tough fight with Leonard Garcia. He's definitely a game opponent, and I'm looking forward to it, man.
So are we. Julian, thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, back to you.
Ron, thanks very much. You will see him in the main event versus Leonard Garcia. At stake, the currently vacant WBF Latin American Bare Knuckle Middleweight Championship. For round number 3, we go of what thus far has been a very entertaining fight in this rematch from BKFC 2 last August. Tom Schoaf versus Diego Guerrijo.
The last 10 seconds of that last round, Schoaf stayed over in the corner and allowed his opponent to get off. I didn't understand that. Maybe he lost focus, and now
Guerrijo, you see, bleeding under both thighs. The mouse that popped under his right eye. That blood flow is not that bad, and there's a big left hand, and that's ruled a knockdown, and correctly so by Bill Clancy. You see blood flowing freely out of that mouse that's popped under the left eye of Guerrijo.
Guerrijo was having a good round then. He was pressing him, he was landing shots, but it's that counter punch that Schoaf has somehow found in this fight, and it's working.
The more concerning for Guerrijo of the two cuts is the one under his right eye, champ, because it's starting to swell that right eye shut.
It is.
You saw Guerrijo, just like when he was dropped in round number 1, popping up immediately to take the mandatory 8 count from Bill Clancy. Big shots now, using the half tie plum, but eating left hands from Schoaf while he's doing it. And that is ruled a knockdown. The knee touched, and the third knockdown recorded by Schoaf in this fight, the second here in round 3.
But Guerrero is getting close. He's getting close. You can see even Schoaf has a cut on his eye. Shoaff still needs to be careful because those counterpunches coming from Guerrero can be devastating.
15 seconds remaining, round number 3. We'll see how hard Shoaff tries to end this fight here in round 3. Feeling in full control. Good left hand. Right hand to counter from Guerrero. Shoaff fighting measure, not going all out for the 3rd round finish, and indeed, we will go to round 4. Smile on the face of Diego Guerrero back in his corner. Sheena Starr going to work on the face of Diego Guerrero.
Look at Guerrero, pops right back up after 2 devastating shots. Talking about heart and determination. Right there. Both got, but he barely missed as well. So, you know, he's still close enough to change this fight with 1 big punch, I believe.
Just saw Stitch Duran does not have nearly as much to do as Sheena Starr. Count them, 3 cuts on the face of Diego Guerrero. Mouses that have popped under both eyes. You saw that diagonal slash across his forehead. Round number 4. Shoaff Champ has shown really good movement, really good footwork. Lands the left and the step in right.
Guerrero might have a broken jaw. It's like his whole face is about to swell up right now. Oh my.
Tremendous swelling in his right cheek, and that punch targeted that swelling.
But this man is still trying to win. He's still trying to find that knockout punch.
Ruled as a knockdown, and that's the 4th knockdown recorded by Shoaff on Guerrero in this fight.
It looked like he has a baseball in his cheek.
Time called by Bill Clancy. Where to begin? 3 cuts and that bad swelling on the right side of his face.
Well, it ain't broke, because if it was, they wouldn't be rubbing it. I've had a broken jaw before. It's nothing nice.
That's the most concerning cut. You see that diagonal rip on the forehead, squirting blood.
Yeah, that's pretty deep. Well, Stitch, he can control that one, though. He's looking for that 1 big shot to change this fight.
Credit to Diego Guerrero. Doesn't seem bothered in the least. Time in round 4 resumes.
A tough man, tough man.
Interesting psychology now for Tom Shoaff in this rematch. He feels he is in firm control, recording 4 knockdowns. The question then that looms large right now in this fight, champ, how hard will Shoaff go for the finish? Lands that left hand. There's my answer.
I don't think he has to go hard at all, because he's running Guerrero into these shots.
Oh, tremendous heart from both fighters in the overhand right from Guerrero. Took Shoaff big off of his striking line.
Remember, the Mexican pride is on the line tonight.
Another overhand right from Guerrero. Trying to turn the tide in spectacular fashion in this bout, and Clancy calls time again.
Yeah, his jaw is... Yeah, they taking a look at the doctor again, severely.
That right there is the main concern. Again, that's a tear in the skin, a nasty diagonal slice.
I mean, good stoppage, good stoppage.
Fight is stopped indeed, and the victory in the rematch for Tom Shoaff, phenomenal, truly phenomenal from both men. One win apiece, Tom Shoaf and Diego Garijo. And this night here in Cancun, Mexico belongs to Tom Shoaf.
As much damage as they both caused, they might not want to see each other no more in life.
4 knockdowns recorded by Shoaf, and the fight ultimately stopped on that nasty forehead cut on the face of Diego Garijo. Tremendous from both men.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee Bill Clancy steps in and calls a stop to the fight at 1 minute 26 seconds of round number 4. For your winner by TKO, Tom Shoaf.
And that's a nice moment, champ, between these two fighters, Tom Shoaf and Diego Garijo.
There's nothing like sweet revenge.